feel the magic in the air. I love it in my ole, ale, feel the magic in the air. I love it in my.
Let's go.
Welcome, my name is Walter Ochieng, the business analyst for Team Medil Lipa Code. We are here to bring for you the future of digital housing through Pepeta system.
I'm Adeline Makoha, the product owner and also team lead, and I'm glad to be part of Team Medil.
I'm Boniface Otieno, the solution architect. I'll be overseeing the development of the solution. I'll be overseeing the solution development. Yeah, I'm glad to be part of it.
My name is Domo David Iguta, and I'm excited to be part of Team Medil. My role is a developer and also the pitch master, just to give this team the energy and the focus.
Hi everyone, I'm John Navacho, team member of Team Medil. I'm the developer of the team. We are eager to bring this product to the market.
Okay, hi everyone. My name is Adeline Makoha, and we are interns from QS department. So here we are here to present the Lipa Code system, and we are Team Medil. Next slide, please. So here is my team members. I have David with me, Joy, Boniface, and Walter. Next, please. Okay, the project is about M-Pesa solution that will change the rental services that are provisioned, offered, and accessed using the software as a platform product, the Lipa Code product. Next slide. So the problem is that people do look for houses manually and when there's need to relocate, and also houses, they get significantly longer time to get occupied. And at the end of it, you realize that you get a house that is not to your optimal preference in accordance to the location and the rent of the house, and also the consequently negative return on investment for landlords. Next slide. So the product and our solution aims to solve this. So with the Lipa Code, we are the service provider, and we will register the landlords, and the landlords will have the capability to register their tenants and also add houses, view the house details. The landlords can collect rent on the same platform, and they can keep record of houses. For the tenant who are our users, they can pay rent on the platform, and also they can make requests. For instance, they want their houses to be maintained. Next slide. So for the customer experience, we mainly focus on the customer, and our product is customer obsessed. So you realize it has flexibility in finding a house, and it's user friendly in the sense that you can find your house at the comfort of your phone under the mini app where you'll get the Lipa Code. It's also convenient, and it will save time in that you won't be looking for houses manually or physically. Next slide.
So on the business case, we project from the value from the census housing data, that is for 2019, we have 4,600,000 housing. So based on a transaction fee which will be deducted when a tenant pays the rent, we calculate that one was 1.12 billion. That is a market research done on 2019 based on results finding for 2021. So using the compound interest rate between 2019 and 2022, we'll get 1.2 billion. So because we'll be tapping on 2% of the market share, mostly based on those who are not already in the system, using something like Paybill, then we'll be getting 24 million in market share. That is for the first 1 year. So next slide. So based on our projection from the first year, that is, we'll be projecting at 24 million. Then, based on 100,000 users, as we move up to the fifth year, which will be having 500,000 users, our profit margin will increase, as also the value of expenditure also reduces or becomes less compared to the net profit that will be earning. So the first year will be based on transaction fee of 20. Then as years goes by up to the fifth year, we can say that by the fifth year we'll have a 35 transaction fee. So the gross margin profit will be increasing based on using our product, which is based on connecting the tenant and the landlord. As the landlord at the houses, and the tenant can also be able to pay their rent there, and also they can, our market share increases, we'll be adding the concept of we can be able to look for houses, and also various customers can be able to do adverts. So the adverts will be probably, what we were expecting is that the businesses or the housing platforms can be able to advertise in the system as we receive the SMSs. Next slide. So that is what now we come up with the average acquisition cost, what we'll be using from year 1 to year 5. For the first year is 7,400,000. Then for, okay, so average limit customer value will be 89,650. Next slide.
So here's the wireframe. We realize that it is hosted on M-Pesa Mini app. We have the Lipa Kodi there. Next slide. And then the landlord will able to register tenant, add houses, and also view the house details. Next slide. For the tenant can make payment, and also you put your PIN and then you receive a message. Next slide.
So what's unique about our product is that our Lipa Code system is the first of its kind, for the reason that we're making the process of relocating to a new house as seamless as possible. Our tenants can be able to pay their rent within the M-Pesa app instead of having to download maybe another application. Then, as we proceed, we introduce the idea of mortgage so that our tenants can be legal owners of the house that they pay for. And lastly, we also have the issue that for tenants that have busy schedules, they can be able to raise for tickets in the morning that they need their houses repaired for something that's broken or maintained. Yeah, that's
Yes.
very unique about our product.
As and a request for the demo.
Sorry, team, your time is up. Q&A will commence.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yes, my name is Veronica. Bayan, do you want to say hi?
Can't hear you.
Can't hear you, Bayan.
Sorry, guys. This is Bayan. Thank you, Veronica.
Thanks. Quick one. What's the team name, first of all?
Team Medil.
Medil. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you for the presentation, Team Medil. Definitely, rent and collecting rent is an interesting problem that you're trying to solve. Maybe just a couple of questions here. My first one is, who's your target market? Would it be, in your view, the middle income or the low income? Like, where would you position yourself? Is it Ruaka? Is it Lavington? Is it Kilimani? Where do you see yourself having the biggest market share? And then secondly, is there competition that you're aware of, including non-digital, and how would you overcome that? Thank you.
So in terms of our market share, we generally cut across. We want to cut across from the entire market. Our market was based on the Kenyan market, so we look at the general number of houses in Kenya, and then we say that because we have competition of we have people who are using banks and also the normal landing of cash to to the landlords and other means possible. So we want to bring a very simpler method for the landlords and for the tenants to be able to, first, for the landlords, they can be able to see manage their houses very easily based on the payments and also houses being searched and also requests being made by the tenants. So it becomes like a uniform system that instead of having multiple system across which we already have, few of them like given tenant have their own housing. Then based on this our system, based on the data from M-Pesa, then we can be able to give them that analysis of the housing. Also, they can be able to know that this housing, maybe this tenant is an unpaying tenant based on previous record. So that is our main focus on that. So second question.
My second question was around competition, including just the traditional way of managing tenants, which is I have a block of flats. I have either an individual who lives in that flat for free in one of the flats, and their job is to manage this for me. What does competition look like for you, and what's your unique selling point? Thanks.
Okay, thank you for that question. Yeah, we are aware of the competition. We've seen some of our digital products trying to solve the issue of access to rental services. Um, and some of them are traditional, e.g., the example where you have to rely for an agent in order to get a new house to relocate to. But those methods have their shortcomings. For example, for the one the agent method, you'd have to rely on his or her experience in order to ensure that your house is. I mean, for the tenant, you'd have to rely on him to know for you to get the best house. On the landlord side, you'd have to rely on him or her to make sure that your houses get occupied as soon as possible. But with this mini app, users will be able to search for houses in a given location, and then landlords in the same platform they'll be able to register them. So we remove the person in the middle. We just say we can rely on the mini app to do a better job than an agent or other digital products that exist right now. And we are leveraging the M-Pesa ecosystem. You don't need any additional apps to install. At the comfort of your mini app, you can be able to do all this.
Just to top up on that, with the product, you'll cutting out the middleman, you'll be able to collect fund fully for yourself. For example, you can get a middleman whereby they just get to eat the money. With our product, you'll be able to know who is in the house, who is not, hence getting your full money without maybe the middleman increasing the amount of the house. And yes, so with that you'll be able to get your full money without anything, hence increasing the integrity and the customer obsession for the service providers. Yeah.
So let me have a quick go, and thanks a lot for the presentation. Actually, I really like the idea. I find it quite attractive. Of course, I'm not familiar with what the competition is out there, so of course that's a super important question Veronica put to you guys. My question is more around your commercial model. I've not really been able to understand this 20 shilling transaction fee from a number of dimensions. First of all, just for a matter of clarity, who's paying it? Is it the landlord? Is it the tenant? And why is it such a low fee? It almost seems like you're underballing it. If there's so much value in your system, why are you only charging 20 shillings? Kind of gives the impression to me that you don't feel value in the system when you only charge 20 shillings for something.
So
maybe just around that.
Okay, so the transaction fee we talk about we talk about uh, the low income. We focus on the low income because based on the low income people, even the high income people will be covered in. So if somebody's most houses in Kenya, that is in Kenyan shillings, we pay between 1,500 to around 3,000. Then the transaction fee for a tenant will be 22 as per now, but by the time we launch, we project based on the economy, the transaction probably had reduced to 20 or increased by a value of 3 or 4. So using that transaction fee and based on the total number of housings we have, rental houses we have, apart from those people who are not paying, we can say that we calculate the transaction fee and the total rented house, then we get the gross, and then we can be able to subtract from what is used.
So you have a question about Safaricom and its products. What does this new feature do? How do I do XYZ? Why isn't ABC working? Do you ring the call center? Or is it the endless loop of Twitter, Facebook, Google, Bing, Reddit and the ever so beloved Stack Overflow? Are you inundated by information? Meet the cast. Sharon, ingenious and charming; Patrick, driven and direct; Wilbur, eclectic and reticent; and the brilliant, suave Peter. We're building Swirleisha, a central platform for all questions regarding our products, moderated and gamified. With the requisite skills, an eye for design, a clearly defined customer pain point and an attendant solution, we believe that we have what it takes. We are notoriously customer obsessed.
Okay, good morning, everyone. We are Team Swirleisha, and my name is Peter. Next slide, please. So, Safaricom is growing at a very fast rate, and so is Vodacom. This is due to a number of initiatives that have happened in the recent times, namely the agile transformation and the active search for new business opportunities. So at the moment, we are recording the highest numbers of daily active customers, app downloads, active agents, installed fiber optic cables, and most recently, the 5G launch. Next slide, please. Next slide. Thank you. So while this growth has been amazing for us, it is accompanied by a significant challenge, and that is the fact that support cannot scale sustainably at the same rate that business is scaling. And to that problem, Team Solisha is presenting a simple solution. Next slide. We are creating a platform that will empower our customers to support each other, and our support resources, our official support resources, will moderate these interactions. This way, we will crowdsource this significant function. And we can now get to see how this works. So please play the demo.
This is Team Solisha. Welcome to our demo. Solisha is a question and answer platform built specifically for our customers. We can ask a question. So we have the question title. So you can see a simple title and a detailed description. Then we map this question to the relevant communities. You can choose M-Pesa app for now. Then we have the answer your own question checkbox, which will present us with the view to enter our answer. Once you post this, the question has been successfully posted. Then on the questions page, we can see it here. We have the capability to vote up or down to earn reputation points. You can also share, flag, or edit this question. Then for the answer, the same, and you can also add another answer for the same. Then the community, the platform is grouped into communities. You have communities here. Communities are very specific areas about our company. They may be products or services. Like for example, we have this M-Pesa app community. So we start with the logo and the name. Then you have the community description. Then on the right, we have lead generation capabilities. For M-Pesa app, we have the download buttons where you can download the app on the App Store or on the Google Play Store. Then below that, we have the followers, the number of followers. Then below that, we have this banner, which can be used for targeted marketing for this community. This banner is customizable across communities. Then below that, now we have the questions that belong to this community. On the left side, we have the news and update section, which can also be customized per community. Then we have other communities like fact checker, which can be used to fact check posts about the company. Like for example, is Safaricom meeting my bundles? Then we have badges. Badges are earned as part of our gamification process, where you earn a badge after doing a certain action or completing a certain step. Like I've earned this welcome badge after creating my account. We have tags which are mapped to questions. And then as you can see, we have Swalisha for Safaricom PLC. This is can also be found at the lower left, Safaricom logo. This means that you can have this platform as a service. So we can sell these to other companies. So we can have Swalisha for KCB Bank, or maybe Swalisha for DTB Bank. So here they have their own personalized Swalisha. This is Swalisha, and we are notoriously customer obsessed. Thank you.
Okay, next slide. Next slide. Okay, so you've seen how the platform works and what the solution is about. But then the question is, how do we get users on this platform? Trends show that younger generations, and especially Gen Z, prefer to consume published multimedia content instead of initiating direct interactions, say through calls and visiting shops. And they are like a huge target for this. So by having supercharged this search engine optimization, together with redirection links on our existing platforms together with products, then we can have a huge chunk of people who are seeking for information, those who are asking information queries, being redirected to this platform. But then it's one thing to acquire users. I guess the biggest elephant in the room is how then do you retain users and keep them active? How do you maintain, like a significant number of daily active users? So we can have incentives, like when someone signs up and they contribute, and gamification with redeemable reputation points, together with other news and update sections and career opportunities and job postings, which will keep customers wanting to see what's up, what's new in Safaricom. Next slide. Now, when we have all these customers on our platform that we control, what do we do with this power? What's the value proposition? So we have customer engagement, tracking NPS, revenue generation through platform as a service, targeted marketing, ads. There's lead generation to other products based on queries, demand reduction from the existing channels, and then cost savings, which is a follow up on the demand reduction. And as a bonus, this can be customized for internal use and help during knowledge transfers, trainings, and onboardings through private communities. Next slide.
Good afternoon, Team Swalisha.
Good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon.
Yeah, great. My name is Veronica.
Yep, and I'm Bayal.
Great, so good presentation. This is a problem that we always struggle with at Safaricom. Being able to resolve every customer's issue. We are customer obsessed, but being able to resolve customers' questions or concerns or issues on a timely basis. We finally get there, but how do you get there faster? I think that's really what you're trying to solve. So a couple of questions here. And I think if you spend a bit more time, I don't know which teams you're from, but if you spend time in the call center, you'll realize there's a way they curate what you call FAQs so that we are sure we're giving the right sense, the right response to the customer's problems, right?
Yeah.
So my first question would be around the validation or verification of whatever responses the communities give, right? So if I raise a concern or a question, the people who are responding to me are the community who validate or verifies the accuracy of the information they're giving. That's or how do you intend to do that? And then the second question is, how do you then see yourself using capabilities such as AI to almost develop engines that make a more efficient or effective way of responding? And then the third is I didn't get the how you make money from this. Thanks.
Sure.
Okay, I'll address the first question in regards to making sure the answers being put there are correct. So the process is when you post a question, we have communities that will be aligned to squads. We've moved to the agile way of working. So if a question is related to the M-Pesa app, the question will be the moderators of that community will get a notification and they'll have the opportunity to answer the question. And this will be up to date based on the enhancements and the deployments they've done to the app. And also, they'll be able to flag any questions that are not they'll be able to flag any answers that are not correct or giving misleading information and be able to remove those answers.
Yeah.
So basically, communities are managed by internal teams. So the M-Pesa app community is moderated and managed by the M-Pesa app squad. So any content, any answer, any question on the M-Pesa app community will have various levels of moderation. So we'll have the first one being automatic or automated filtering. The second one is by the community itself. They can flag questions and answers. The third one being elected moderators from the community, and the final one being the squad itself. That is our internal team. So that is how we assure that all the answers, all the questions will be relevant to our company.
And I think sort of picking from that and moving on to the second question on the use of AI, the bit about being able to flag a question, because if anyone can post someone can post something that is damaging to the company, or post something that is nonsensical or not appropriate to the particular community. So that provides an opportunity to use AI to then filter the questions, say based on keywords or something of the sort. Yeah, so that's, I guess, like a major use of AI. And then to the third question on revenue generation. So one is the usage of this platform as a service, right? So we're building Solisha to solve Safaricom's problems, but the same problems we face are problems that other organizations face, right? They still want to provide active and timely information to their customers. So by having this platform built, yes, it solves our problem, but then we can offer this platform as a service to other organizations, to banks. So say Solisha for Safaricom, Solisha for ABSA and whatnot. And that was, I guess, during the demo when Patrick, just showed Solisha for Safaricom, and at the bottom the logo that can all be customized for the different, for the different partners, not partners, but rather customers in terms of organization. And then beyond that, through say like targeted marketing, where um, service providers can then pay us to display their banners within the different communities. So say if it's how do you pay for your DSTV subscription? There could be a banner for that, and then we earn from that in a sense. So those are the different things that could provide revenue for this solution.
Maybe a question from my side around communities. I think communities, anything that involves building communities, are notoriously hard to build, and I see the value in them once you have a community. But
we can't hear you. Pardon?
Yeah, I was saying that anything which involves communities has a lot of value, but is also notoriously hard to build. And I wonder, when you have a very narrow subject or topic, which is in this case Safaricom, like how will you attract people onto the platform, and how do you compete against and differentiate against platforms that already exist, which are generic and anyone can make any topic? Like if you look at Quora, for example, you could easily make ABSA Kenya under Quora, make a thread there, or similarly for Safaricom there. So why replicate a new platform with a new community?
So I guess I'll supply an answer, and others will come in. So one is, by building something internally, we're able to direct the direction that it takes based on the feedback that we receive. That is one. But also building in, so we talked about moderation. That is something that may not be within our control when we use existing platforms like Quora. But by having a platform that is in our control, moderation can then be something that we can think through, and then based on feedback, be able to see how to proceed. And then beyond that, we also have like a lot of queries, informational queries on our Twitter platform, handle Safaricom Care, and guys even just type on Google, and that takes them to different websites. Yeah. So by having search engine optimization, if you ask how do I activate my line, how do I unlock my PIN, how do I do this and that on Google or Bing, then you're directed to the platform.
So also adding on what